Hi all, welcome to my Future Stars guide with my team predictions, the objective, like the Academy Stars, and then also touching on Silver Stars because I expect them to do a Silver Stars player for this as well. So, smash likes is always much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, G's Legend, all links down below for both the channel and social media links as always. Comment down below who you think could get a Future Stars card. It's one of these promos that last year was very exciting. I really enjoyed it, and I think it has the potential to do so yet again. So the team that I am opting for is a mix of, I would assume that most people are established names in various teams across Europe. Some of them are obviously maybe not quite breaking through as maybe we would like, but a lot of good potential talent here nonetheless, like Stars Dest. Like the potential stats that I've gone for are what I've seen from, like, say, career mode and head to head, like their potential highest rating. That's kind of what I've worked off. Where it happens or not is a different matter. So like Stars Dest is an 88, could be a very nice card, especially for the US fans. Tap Soba for Bayer Leverkusen. Teams like Barcelona, Bayer Leverkusen, Ajax especially, they might have potential for one or two players, so keep that in mind. Dortmund as well, so even though I've maybe featured two, there is potential that one might get in and someone else takes his spot. Ben White of Brighton, a lot of hype on him, and to be honest, who would knock that kind of card with 80 plus pace, and if you've got 90 plus defending physical on top, it's not too shabby. Eric Garcia, I think he'll be the Man City shout this season, looking at the players within the team. Pedro Concalves is maybe a bit of a punt because obviously he's a bit established, and this season he's been very, very impressive, but I thought this is maybe what they're holding out for, is something like this, and with him having an inform already, this would maybe be the type of card that just gets a significant boost further. Camavinga, I think a lot of people expect this card to be insane as a Future Stars, especially if you've got, like, say, 3 or 4 stats in the 90s and he's well an 80 plus club for everything in general. I think people would be paying serious money to link that card up to, like, your Mbappes or Vieiras, Pogba, etc. So keep that one in mind. Gravenberch, obviously he has a Squad Foundations card, it's an 82, very nice card, but he's also got a lot of potential in general, so boosting it on top could make him even more insane. So that would be maybe say 3 or 4 stats in the 90s as well, and then a couple of stats, maybe say 85 plus potentially, so that would be a very juicy card. Pedri, Saka, likely wingers that will happen for Barcelona and Arsenal in the future. Pedri, Trincão's another one, but if Pedri's got higher potential, and if you've got 95 pace, 96 dribbling, I think that is very hard to ignore. Same for Saka. Like, obviously, yes, he's starting to get established this season, but who's to say that you can't just give him an even more juiced up card? Might be higher than 88 mine, so it could be like 89, 90 rated, and it would still be a very not just usable, but like if you're boosted dribbling up even more, I think that would make him appealing. Anthony, this season, obviously he's got an inform as well, another card that could be quite juicy with a significant boost. Could you imagine like 97, 98 pace and nearly 99 dribbling? That could be end game territory. For some people, if you're good at dribbling, and if you've tried his inform, which is a very fun card by the way for a 92, this card would probably be quite insane. Kuvalevski, Juventus probably will get one at some point. This is the main likely shout I feel. Itaharan for PSV seems most viable shout. Could have a major dribbling boost. Looking at some of his stats, which is quite neat. Bellingham and Rainier seem most likely from Dortmund perspective. Jude Bellingham, I actually thought was going to have like a say, and they did want to watch like the Silver Stars initially. I thought that's what he might have had. Would have been interesting to see how that would have developed. Cherky and Wirtz for Lyon and Leverkusen respectively have high potential on them for their respective teams. Billy Gilmore seems pretty academic for Chelsea. when you look at their team, and also he obviously last season played pretty well, and there's a lot of hype on him for this season. Barrow for Porto, just to kind of keep the balance going. But obviously not going to always have like a high rated card, you'll have a few lower rated options, and he seems quite a well rounded, fairly cheap option. I'd imagine that will be there. Ait Nuri, maybe a low rated defensive shout, but still worthy of a spot nonetheless. Curtis Jones and Emil Smith Rowe seem very viable shouts for midfield. Rowe, especially in his current form, could be a little bit higher. Kasach, if you follow the A-League last season, was insane. Got a team this season. A lot of teams were interested. He ended up going to Belgium, and I think he's one of these players that's potential for 85, 86 for a Future Stars. And then Kumbula, obviously last season was kind of like his breakthrough season, and he's obviously signed with Roma. Bit of hype and potential on him as well, so he could just be someone that gets a bit of a boost as well to say an 85. As I said, you'd have like a then for Future Stars Academy objective player, I have gone for Sazbalai. They did two last year, obviously one being Udegaard and then the other being Dan James. Definitely a very fun idea. This was done last year, incorporated into Summer Heat as well. I'm surprised they've not done it more this year. But basically, you start off having to do, say, like because he's at Leipzig, you might have to be doing, say, Bundesliga, say, score in 3 games or 4 games to unlock the 81. Then once you've done the 81, you then have to do various objectives with the 81, maybe say score and assist to unlock the 84, then same again with the 84 to unlock the 86, and then you would do, say, maybe there's usually by the time you maybe get to the 88 is when you start, or the 86 is when you have to incorporate a win objective, but it'll be maybe say play elements within maybe say each of them. They might make it say play free, score free and assist free for say the 81, might be win free, score free, assist free for the 84, say then play 5, win 5, then assist 5 for the 86, then maybe say all like maybe say play 5, win 5, score 5, assist 5. Say they'll do it a way that's maybe not too taxing, but it's still going to be a bit of an effort anyway to unlock 4 cards. But it's a fun idea, and it's something that depends how you want to go about it. But remember, the numbers I'm saying by play, score, assist 5, and that is just an example. We don't know exactly how many they'll go by, if they go by last year's numbers or what they use currently, like when it's play 12 and all that kind of stuff. Then for the Silver Stars objective player, what I've done is I've picked 2 bronzes that have potential at least over 74. Doig's about 78 to 79, Dembele's about 80, 82, and then what I've done is I've went and found a silver that's quite close to 74, but has just over 80 potential, which Dorley's like 80. Basically all 3 collectively near enough have about the same potential. So what I thought I'd do was you'd make Dembele or Doig, because they're bronzes going up to 74, Dorley, even though he's close to 74 already, he's just giving him maybe say the boost of what he would be if he was to reach his potential. So suddenly Dembele is getting the boosts up to what he would maybe be if he was like say the 82, 83 potentially, because realistically he's got decent dribbling already and decent pace, but everything else it's kind of quite mediocre really, like his physical and defending especially. So that's where you'd maybe boost up accordingly just to make the card that much more exciting. And like, they might do SBCs of course, and some of these players that are in the squad initially might happen, but it depends how they want to go about it. You'll maybe get flashbacks as well, but I expect quite a lot of cards. Like, well, we expect a lot, but it's where we get or not, it's a different matter. So my feeling is they'll do probably 2 teams. You'll probably maybe get 2 sets of Future Stars, so like say Silver Stars objective players, then you maybe get 2 sets of maybe say the academy objective player, and then you maybe end up with like say flashback and current SBCs as well of players. Well, let me know folks in the comments down below what your thoughts are for Future Stars, anything that excites you for it at all. Smash like always, sub to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all later.